Hi, I'm Dean with Old English Outfitters, and today we're going to be doing a product introduction of the Springfield Saint Edge. Alright folks, so we wanted to be clear, this is not a product review. We just got some of the Springfield Saint Edges into the shop. They're new to the market and new to us, so we thought we'd make a video highlighting its features and just letting you know what the Springfield Saint Edge has to offer. The Springfield Saint Edge is Springfield's newest addition to their Saint AR line. They, of course, first came out with the standard Saint AR. It's a mid-length gas system that we've seen before. Bcm Furniture all over it. Then they introduced the Springfield Saint AR pistol, along with the M-Lock free-floated Springfield Saint. Both of those were sporting Springfield's proprietary machined billet M-Lock handguards, which look really nice and actually feel really nice. They've got nice edges to them, good rail spacing and all that, everything we've come to expect from Springfield's machining. But now they've come out with the Springfield Saint Edge. Now this is the most expensive of the Springfield models, to be clear about that, but it does offer much more in the way of features of the rifle, additions onto the rifle that you'd otherwise have to buy aftermarket. It is, of course, a 5.56 NATO and 223 Remington caliber. The overall length is 35.75 inches fully extended and 32.5 inches with the buttstock collapsed. This is bringing in at a record 6 pounds and 3 ounces. Now, I say record. It's not the lightest AR that's ever been made, I don't believe, because we have those Omni hybrids that've got the polymer lower and the steel inserts and different things like that. But this is one of the lightest ARs on the market. It is incredibly fast to handle, and that is due in part to the different features that are on the rifle. So let's get into those. As far as the upper goes, we do have that full-length M-Lock free float handguard. That is a forged Type 3 hardcoat anodized aircraft grade aluminum flat top receiver paired with that M-Lock upper, and it features M4 feed ramps, which is just your standard kind of mil-spec slicked out feed ramp, feeds hollow points or any kind of different round you could want in it. There's nothing really too crazy about the upper receiver. It's just forged aluminum. That's pretty much what we've come to expect from the different companies. It is a mil-spec with the gas key staked bolt. I believe they call it shot peened. So that's really well staked. The staking is very good. It's very deep. You don't want it too light or you can have problems with gas feeding and that coming loose. So you really want a properly staked bolt, but that's a different conversation. This also sports Springfield Armory's proprietary charging handle. It looks very similar to Bravo Company's extended charging handle. It's very easy to manipulate. I do like the serrations they put on the release latch. It's very easy to run back and forth one-handed. And then I believe they do make a ambidextrous version. If not, there is one available from Bravo Company. Another thing that makes the rifle so incredibly light is the lightweight profile barrel. It is a 16-inch barrel, but it is incredibly thin out past the gas block. That's how they keep the weight down. Now, one negative to that is the thinner your barrel, it does keep the weight down, but rifle will heat up super fast. I mean, ridiculously fast. If you put one full magazine of 30 rounds through it, you'll start feeling it in your hand. So, because this is more of a competition geared rifle, that's not a huge deal, but any extended period of shooting, you are going to feel the heat off that rifle. In addition to this, it does feature Springfield Armory's proprietary multi-port muzzle brake. You can see this is a really, really aggressive muzzle brake. It has a lot of ports to it to relieve that gas pressure quickly and just kind of get that out of the way of the rifle, out of the way of the bullet, I should say. So this is going to really, really, really take away the recoil and the muzzle rise of the rifle. That's a nice feature. You see a lot of people putting muzzle brakes on their rifles. It doesn't shoot a fireball at the end of your rifle like it will on a short barrel, because it is 16 inches, but it definitely will send out some concussion. So if you are shooting that around people on a range, be mindful of that. That'll kind of batter them and they might get angry with you because it's a little bit uncomfortable. Along with the lightweight profile barrel and the multi-port muzzle brake, the Saint Edge sports a mid-length gas system and Springfield's adjustable low-profile gas block. So this will fit under most every handguard should you want to switch it out. Not that you should have to with this nice M-Lock that they provide you, but it is also adjustable. So if you're looking to change the muzzle device, put a suppressor on there, or anything you may want to do to this rifle, you can adjust that gas block so that it will still cycle the bolt properly and function the rifle as it should. So this has Springfield Armory's machined flip-up front and rear sights. Really nice sights, easy to be accurate with. They are not too big. Some different flip-up sights, the body of them is so large that they kind of get in the way of each other, so it's hard to see anything but what's through that ghost ring and the front sight. These, they have the cutouts on the side with the two wings to actually protect the sighting mechanism, so they are really nice to shoot with. They're fast, and you can still see your surroundings when looking through them. You can shoot them both eyes open, one eye shut if you're trying to be a little bit more accurate at some range. The lower is a Springfield Armory proprietary machined aircraft grade 7075 T6 billet aluminum, and just like the other Saint rifles, this has the Accutight tension system. Now this is something you could typically buy aftermarket. It's a little polymer wedge that fits under your rear pin for holding the rifle together. What's nice about this is it is integral to the receiver. So that's not something you have to buy aftermarket. It really improves the fit of your upper and lower. It's going to be much tighter. There'll be no rattle, which is nice if you're trying to build a precision rifle. You don't need this by any means to have an accurate rifle, but the fact that Springfield Armory included it is a really nice feature from the factory. Also, the QD end plate is included, but on the receiver there is QD sockets on both the right and left side. So if you want to mount a single point sling or even a 2-point sling, you can buy an M-lock attachment for your upper rail and then socket into whichever of those attachments you would like. That's a really nice feature because you don't always want to put something under the buffer tube, so if you want to attach to the side of the rifle, that is already included for you. This also sports Bcm Furniture, just like the other Saint rifles. It has the Mod 1 gunfighter grip from Bcm in black, and then the Mod 0 SOP mod stock from Bcm. This is a very, very durable multi-position buttstock. I think they've dropped this off of a 2-story building or a 3-story building with no collapsing of the stock and no increase of rattle. So it's really, really tight fit, but that doesn't really decrease from the ease of function of collapsing and extending that buttstock. Now, my personal favorite feature, and one of the most impressive things about the lower and the rifle overall, is the trigger. The trigger is a single-stage, match-grade trigger, but it is proprietary to Springfield. Now, this is something I personally have not seen before, is a trigger this nice in a contained unit coming from the factory. You can spend $100 to $200 to even $300 for some of these contained kind of cassette-style units where all the springs are pinned together in one unit, and all you have to do is drop it in and put your pins through. So it's really easy to install, really easy to uninstall, but this is the first one I have seen from a major firearms manufacturer. I think it's just ridiculous at how nice this trigger feels. And coming from the factory, that's not something they specialize in, but being able to put out a trigger that is this nice and this repeatable is a very, very high point of this rifle. I'm impressed personally. I'll leave that up to you if you want to find one at your local gun store or come to us to feel one, but it is truly an impressive trigger. Overall, it's a very nice rifle. It is incredibly light, it's incredibly fast. If you're looking for a rifle just to have fun at the range, or for something for more competition, or for really whatever purpose you may want, this is going to be a reliable and durable rifle for you to use. And at that lightweight, it is nice to even teach a child on if you're wanting to have them shoot an AR. With that muzzle brake, the round is not going to batter them, even if they are small. Or if you wanted to have a woman shoot who doesn't really want to have a hefty rifle, this is an incredibly light rifle. And again, because of that muzzle brake, it really does balance out the entirety of the rifle. And those are our initial thoughts of the Springfield Saint Edge. Now, at only $1199.99 from us at Old English Outfitters, this really is a nice rifle. I hesitate to say budget because it is still expensive. It's $1,000 for an AR or over $1,000. But for the features you are included from the factory, this really is a more budget way to buy a very nice AR. If you were to start with the original Saint or even like a Smith & Wesson M&P Sport 2, you would spend much more than $1,200 getting that rifle to this point. So the fact that Springfield is offering all of these features from the factory is really nice. And they even include a nice soft case with some Springfield Velcro patches, got magazine pouches, comes with one magazine. So you get all of this from the factory. It really is a nice way to buy this rifle. Now, we've talked about starter package ARs before. This is kind of like a 3 steps ahead starter package. If you want to buy this rifle and then put on an optic and maybe customize it a little bit, you can do that, but it's pretty well set from the factory. So I really do appreciate Springfield taking customer input into thought and putting that into a rifle with the Saint line. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. I'm Dean with Old English Outfitters, and we will see you next week.